talking about teams. Today's event is titled Fast Track Innovation. Now, when we say innovation, we instantly think digital technology, tools, robots, automation. And in fact, we're focused today on AI, artificial intelligence. So it must be about technology, right? That's what innovation's about. Well, that's wrong. Innovation does not equal technology, despite what we all think and perceive. Innovation's about people. And as we've talked about a lot throughout today, it's about how do we enable these people, our own people in organizations, to take this to the next level and enable us to face the challenges that are approaching us every day. And why is that? The challenges we're facing today in what's called this VUCA world, volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity, means that what we're actually facing is revolution, not evolution. Everything's happening too fast. The pace of change is accelerating daily. And these challenges are not letting up. Every single day we only have to read the press and see that there's something else causing pain and problems for businesses and organizations across the globe. Now, the upside of COVID is something we need to capitalize on, because in 2020, we actually achieved in 6 months what would have normally taken 6 years to do from a digital transformation perspective in business, because we were forced to work remotely, forced to use the digital capabilities that exist out there. Companies are rapidly accelerated their programs that would have taken many more years to facilitate and achieve that outcome. So when we're looking at new ways of working, to deal with these challenges using the design thinking and design sprints process that we've talked about today, we need to ensure we have the right people in the right roles, because you may have a fantastic framework, you may have a fantastic tool or process, but if you don't have the right people, the right team established, then having that tool is no use whatsoever. It's like having an amazing skilled plumber and giving them a dreadful bag of old tools that you've had for years that just aren't going to cut it. So how do we enable that team? How do we make sure that they're ready and prepared for these challenges that we're facing? Well, Bruce Tuckman talked about forming, storming, norming, and performing. Obviously, that's something, the stages that a normal team goes through when they're coming together and then becoming a high-performing team. And they'll go through those stages multiple times and cyclical, as they continue to learn new things. And what we're trying to achieve here is creating the sum of the parts is greater than the individuals. Now, some examples where I've worked in large-scale transformations in banks, where we've had some very highly skilled technical teams who are brought together to do a program of development and delivery. All think they know what they know, and they all think they're experts in their own areas, and they'll come together and crack on with doing what they're doing. But they're not working as a team. They've not spent that time to bond, to fuse together, to understand the problem and the challenges. And therefore, over time, they start to fail. They don't deliver as effectively as the perception is that they could, because they're experts. They're awesome. Why do they need to be more coached, more supported? And therefore, the teams that have come together and actually bonded first and formed and come together to understand their individual capabilities, their skill sets, and in particular, the soft skills. We very much focus on the hard skills when we're doing development and delivery. We need to focus on soft skills, so we have that understanding of the team, the empathy, and especially in these days of remote working. How do we use those soft skills and our people skills to enable that team to become more effective as a group? And that's what we do. We provide support in helping these teams engaging in this framework, this design sprint framework that's really, really effective if you have the right people in. And it's not only with ways of adopting this new way of working, but it's with adopting the different ways of thinking that come with it. As again, what we tend to see is 21st century technologies and ways of working have been accompanied with 20th century ways of thinking. So we've got to move that thinking and mindset shift, hence why design thinking, critical thinking, to pair up with these new tools that work very well when you have that combination. Now, helping the formation of the team with the right people and the skills, enabling those teams to understand the skills, adopt them, and effectively understand the challenges that they're facing before they leap into that delivery. So we're going to go through some test and learn, experimentation on hypotheses, so we really understand what the problem is we're trying to solve. Because, I think Becky mentioned earlier, so many people solutionize, so many people jump into those instant answers. We know what we need, just get on with it and fix it and build it. And then 3, 6, 12 months in, we've built the wrong thing. We've designed the wrong, outcome. So it's really important to take the time up front. Slow down at first to speed up downrange is one of the mantras that works really well in this design thinking concept. And with this, you have a capability that's internal. You've got your own internal people upskilled. You don't have to pay a fortune on external consultants coming in, who all they're going to do is ask the questions that you can ask your teams yourselves. The answers lie within. And what this capability, this framework does is allows you to surface those answers using the right processes, the right questions, to go through that problem. And then ultimately what happens then is you've got this internal capability, teams with skill sets that are fungible, i.e. transferable amongst different areas. You've got cross capabilities across the team and across multiple teams where you may have other dependencies. And at the end of the day, that's going to allow you to adapt, survive and thrive in this complex and uncertain world that we're facing into. And obviously in a world where the rise of robots is at the forefront of everyone's mind, we still need to keep people in the loop. So by having the right framework with the right teams and the right ways of working accompanied by ways of thinking, we're going to be able to empower and enable our people to have that capability shift in the right direction.